Okay. What? Oh, so we have to.
It should be by now, but never shrink that down.
Oh, because I thought.
See right there?
Oh, just.
It's not.
I have to wait.
Is it going?
Oh, so it's slow. It's slow.
Well, good morning.
And welcome to Unity of Kent. Unity of Kent is a welcoming congregation.
And we are so happy to have all of you here in the sanctuary, as well as those of you on Zoom. Today is Sunday morning, January 22nd, and our musical guest this morning is Mark Stanton Welch. And so I'm going to ask you, Mark, to open our service with song.
Well, good morning, everyone. There I am. What a delight to be with you again. And here we are in this new world one more time. There's a new world. It's rising straight from those old ways. That's not surprising. Straight through these hearts that have been opened, there is a wholeness. I feel it growing. And from the separation, isolation, no direction world, I see movement to connection and a willingness to lay down all resistance to reclaiming the magnificence of who we truly are. I'm talking to you. Can you feel it? Can you taste it? Are you ready to embrace it with open minds? Release the past, let it all go. Take off the mask. For there has never been a better time to claim. Stand up, claim the we I am, and take this new vibration. Integrate the information and allow the inspiration to ignite the transformation of this world into community where all belong, where we're safe, we're loved, protected, and warm. We are connected and seen, all have purpose and meaning. We're free to explore every door in love, with love, through love. This is the now, that golden moment. Reach out and take it. It's time you own it into your heart. Now saturate it with grace and love. New life created. For we were born to be here in this time. Realign with divine mind and take that light. Burn it bright. Reignite in love's delight and live the life of wonderment with open eyes and clear intent to be the angels they are watching over, sending messages of boldness, open to this information. Cells are dancing anticipation. Yes, 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 yes. Into community where all belong, where we're safe, loved, united and strong. We are connected and seen. We have purpose and meaning, free to explore every door in love, with love, through love. This is a new world. It's rising out of those old ways. That's not surprising. Straight through these hearts that have been opened, there is a wholeness. You feel it growing. Power.
Thank you, Mark. It's lovely to have you back again, and I've missed you. You have such original music that really.
Thank you. Thank you.
And so it's really a pleasure to hear you again.
Thank you much.
Well, good morning, everyone. How are you on this fine January morning? Yeah, you know, it's really weird. I'm going to talk about the weather, but it's really weird now because some days are just really cold. There was snow yesterday in parts of Kent, and so there's and also in where do you live? Auburn. And yet I went on my walk through my neighborhood and I was just in a sweatshirt, and the day before I look at the flowers and the trees and I wonder how are they doing? I mean, their little essences must be a little bit confused. And so I can't say I'm losing sleep over that, but I do wonder about that. I wonder about a lot of interesting things. So welcome to this Sunday morning service. My name is Reverend Patty Becker, and I am delighted to be here. I'm also delighted to be the spiritual leader of this community. We have such a wonderful core of people dedicated to their spiritual practice that just enlivens and raises the energy of Unity of Kent and raises my energy. And I want to thank you for your presence and your steadfastness through these times of growth and expansion. Unity of Kent is a welcoming congregation. We invite people of all races, creeds, colors, lifestyles, political persuasions, everyone who is seriously exploring their spirituality. We say to you, you may want to come and experience Unity of Kent. Our philosophy is based on New Thought principles as well as the teachings of Jesus. And we believe in each person's authority to make their own decisions and to set their own paths of spiritual discovery for themselves. And we are here to support whatever path you choose. As Mark graciously opened our service with song, thank you again, Mark, I'd like to do so with prayer. And so I invite you to take a deep breath. If it feels right to close your eyes in this moment, simply to shift attention from the outer to the inner, to notice the energy of your body. To notice where your mind and thoughts are. And to bring both body and mind to this particular place in this particular moment. That we are here to expand our consciousness. We are here to support one another in this spiritual community of Kent. We are here to grow and to explore our possibilities as spiritual beings having a human experience. And so, as much as we are able, let us open our hearts and our minds to the activities of this time together, to be inspired by music, by song, by prayer, to connect with one another in hospitality and greeting, and to realize more fully the truth of who we are, the gifts and the power that we acquire and extend, to firmly place ourselves in this environment that shimmers with divine energy and presence, and to be fully with ourselves also, bodies, minds, and spirits that shimmer with grace and life. And for this opportunity, not only to be together, but to be together in remembrance of oneness, we are grateful. And so we let ourselves be free from all encumbrances that would diminish any aspect of our experience today. And so it is. Amen.
Here's a chance for us to sing together. This is a tune called Power, and I'm going to do a line, and then I'll repeat it. You can join it with me. I stand here in my power, I am fully realized. I stand here in my power, I am fully realized. Free of limitations, I am holy, I'm divine. Free of limitations, I am holy, I'm divine. With endless energy and talent, I manifest my dreams. With endless energy and talent, I manifest my dreams. All my cells are in alignment, I'm as God created me. All my cells are in alignment, I'm as God created me. I am, I am, I am, I am, I am. I am, 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 I am. I stand here in my power, I'm fully realized. I stand here in my power, I'm fully realized. Free of limitations, I am holy, I'm divine. Free of limitations, I am holy, I'm divine. With endless energy and talents, I manifest my dreams. With endless energy and talents, I manifest my dreams. All my cells are in alignment, I'm as God created me. My cells are in alignment, I'm as God created me. I am, 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 I am. One more time. I stand here in my power, I am fully realized. Come on. I am free of limitations, I am holy, I'm divine. With endless energy and talent, I manifest my dreams. Yes, all my cells are in alignment, I'm as God created me. Cells are in alignment, I'm as God created me. I am, 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 I am. I hope.
Thank you, Mark. You am.
I am.
You am. Thank you, Mark.
You're welcome.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming to Unity of Kent this morning, either on Zoom or Facebook. We are happy to have your support. So let's start with our, oh wait, I have a thing about power, about a group. It's called That's Not My Job. Everybody, somebody, anybody, and nobody. There was an important job to be done, and everybody was sure that somebody would do it. Anybody could have done it, but nobody did. Somebody got angry about that because it was everybody's job. Everybody thought anybody could do it, but nobody realized that everybody wouldn't do it. It ended up that everybody blamed somebody when nobody did what anybody could have done. That sounds like when my kids lived at home. So my name is Lee. I'm the worship assistant today, and I see we have one new person. Thank you for coming. And come downstairs and have refreshments afterwards. In your bulletin, you have a little yellow slip. If you have a prayer you'd like to share, you can fill that out now, and we'll pick it up in a little bit and have it in the prayer box. So let's start with our statement of faith. There is one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God the good omnipotence. I trust and align with that power of goodness now. So the Quest class is on again. It will be on Tuesdays at 6:30 on Zoom. You can go to our website, go to the events, and click on Zoom, and it will bring you right into the class. Also, the Spirit Talk continues on Zoom on Wednesday mornings at 10 a.m. It's a lively group. The conversation goes in many different directions. So join us on that on Wednesday morning. Our taxes are due at the end of January. We need your support. So any extra that you can put on your check today would be greatly appreciated. And Mark, are you there? Can you plug Mark in for a minute?
That's on my end. Yes, I'm here.
You want to say something about next Sunday when you're going to be here in town?
Oh, I'm so delighted and excited. It's been 3 years since I headed north and took that magnificent drive into your space. So I'm going to do it next week, and the idea that I'm going to be at the educators retreat for the region in Gold Bar. But after that, I'm going to spend a couple days in the area. Next Sunday night, I have a concert in Kent, and Lee, I sent you a link and on an email or a text, and perhaps we can make that available at some point. It's on my website. It'll give you details.
Right.
Afterwards, on the next day, I'm going to be doing some individual opportunities for vibrational clearing. That's by appointment. And then in the evening, a workshop that has called Born to Manifest the Glory, which I think comes right in with the idea of power today. So I'm just delighted. I'm affirming easy travel and good weather and the opportunity to be with friends and family again up there. Hope to see you.
We'll affirm that as well for you. So today our virtue is attractive. Being attractive is to have qualities that interest or please others. Being attractive is having the power to draw things to you. Attractive elements or people have the ability to focus the attention or energy of others. Affirmations are, if you say them with me, I am attractive. My attractive attitudes draw me to many experiences. I use my attractive qualities with wisdom for my highest good. And the daily word today is power. So if you have your prayer slips ready, Barb, do you want to collect those while I read the daily word? My thoughts and words reflect my divine inheritance. When I listen to my inner conversation and recurring thoughts, I may hear fear-based, limiting talk, or I may hear positive words encouraging me to live joyfully and confidently. The choice is mine. Through my divine gift of power, I take command of my thoughts and my life. I release thoughts of powerlessness, and as I do, my negative self-talk diminishes. I affirm my divine inheritance of faith, wisdom, understanding, and strength with my thoughts, words, and actions. The The power to live a full life is mine. I embrace insights I've gained through experience. I own my mistakes without shame or embarrassment. I am eager to learn. I am willing to try new things and stretch myself. In power, I thrive. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruits. Proverbs 18:21. So for those of you that are on Zoom, if you would like to unmute, if you have a prayer you want to share.
Yes, this is Marty. I have a friend who fell on the ice back east and really hurt her head badly. So her name is Jamie. So I'd love it if we could put her in the prayer box.
So at this time, we'll bless the prayers.
And so it's our good pleasure to pray with and for one another in our needs and our wants, to affirm one another's highest and best, and to be a blessing and to bless. And so in order to bless this morning, we rub our hands together and get that energy going. And then we direct that energy to our prayer box and give thanks for being a spiritual community. The blessings of community is that we can support one another, and we pray with one another and for one another, that we encourage and esteem one another. And so we do that now by affirming that there is one presence and one power active in the universe, the presence of absolute good. The presence and power of absolute good as the universe is also our spiritual essence. That which is the energy we call God is that which is the essence of our souls, of our lives. And because of that, nothing is withheld. We only forget. And so we put aside our forgetting in this moment and choose instead to remember our power, our presence, our love, our support, our strength, the peace that dwells deep within our souls. We remember that we have understanding and wisdom. We remember that we are people of faith. And we turn that faith now to all of those intentions in our prayer box. Faith that these intentions, having been consigned to the word, either through the spoken word or the written word, goes forth into all possibility, touches divine mind, and returns fulfilled in perfect time and perfect space. For the power of prayer, we are grateful. For engaging in prayer, we are empowered. And so in that gratitude, we let go and we let God, be the power and presence of our lives and the lives of our loved ones always. And so it is. Amen.
So now we're going to take a brief break and greet one another with handshakes and hugs, or namaste if that works for you. And Mark will play some nice quiet music while we do that.
So I'm thinking it's my opportunity to share some music, but I was instructed to wait for my picture, and that doesn't look like me, but it's beautiful.
Mark,
Yeah.
let it rip.
Okay, I was waiting for my picture to show up there in the front. All right. So I'm pulling out a song based on the ideas for today, the theme from March of 2008, back when spring was beginning to show itself. And many of you that have been on this journey for a while will remember that we were leaning in the direction of that mystery of 2012. And as a writer and someone who creates through word and song, I was very drawn to the idea of what was potentially coming and what my intention was. So I'm pulling this song out as we lead towards that 2012 time. But as I have sung through it, I see that it really applies to these times as well. So that beautiful spiral of awareness keeps happening. And I apologize right up front. I haven't done this in a while, so I'm going to be looking down at the lyrics a little bit. So my eye contact is going to be a bit suspect. Spring has sprung, light and love, the kingdom cracks its shell. Despite the forms and confusion, to the past bid fare thee well. Rising up in each of us, the truth of who we are. Golden beams of energy, they bathe us from the stars. Well, everything, yes, within this world has come from you and me. We co-create and manifest the forms of our beliefs. And we are taught to doubt and fear, and this has tied our hands. The time has come to rise above. This is the divine plan. Within us lies the coding that we use to create this life of peace. And forms and thoughts that don't align, they all must be released. This quickening is heaven's call, so heed that holy sound. And free emotions, open hearts, live only in the now. And you have known for a long time, you know all this is true. You were born in this prime time to help this world renew. So lay down your story and rise up and break illusion's spell. Prepare to enter the kingdom that starts 2012. The forms of life are changing fast, so let your power rise and take the steps to be clear and true and never compromise, and celebrate each moment full with gratitude and joy. And we shall live in love and light. Come with me, won't you join? Yes, we have known for a long time. You know all this to be true, for you were born in this prime time to help this world renew. So lay down your story, rise up, break illusion's spell, and prepare to enter the kingdom that starts 2012. Ooh, make your pledge, stand right up to your holy self, be true. Walk your talk, say yes to life. That's all you have to do. Yes, I will. Yes, I shall. Bathe me in this light. Open me to truly see. Bathe me in this light. Yes, I will. Yes, I shall. Bathe me in this light. Open me to truly see. Bathe me in this light. Yes, I will. Yes, I shall. Bathe me in this light. Open me to truly see. Bathe me in this light.
Oh, thank you, Mark.
You're welcome.
Oh, that was beautiful. Well, hello. Hello again. I'm just going to take a moment here. I usually drink decaf coffee, and I did not have decaf coffee this morning. So I'm feeling a little, a little wired up. So I'm going to take a deep breath, and I just want to look at all of you. And I saw the names of those on Zoom, and so I'm very happy that you're with us this morning, and very happy that all of you are here this morning. Today my talk is Understanding Power. We are so powerful. We are beings that have unimaginable power, and yet we consistently don't access it or don't align with it. We let other things take our attention, and we let other situations overcome our awarenesses. And so today I would like to speak about our power and truly understanding not only where our power comes from, but how to stand in it in a world. I'd like to begin by reading a few lines, a few quotes from Charles Fillmore on the faculty of power. And he says, from divine mind, man, humans, inherits power over the forces of his mind. In truth, power over all ideas. True power is the realization of one's innate control of thoughts and feelings. There is a universal creative force that urges humankind forward to a recognition of the creative power of his individual thought. The mind and body of human beings have the power of transforming energy from one plane of consciousness to another. And this is the power and dominion implanted in humans from the very beginning. In the kingdom of God, within man's consciousness, the power faculty plays an important part in controlling the expression of the many emotions, aspirations, and thought. It is the prerogative of every human person to make a declaration of freedom from ignorance and thereby rise above the psychic constriction of mortal thought. The faculty of power and mastery are not to be exercised on other people, but on oneself. Have you ever felt powerless in your life? What does that feel like? What did it feel like for you? That sense of being out of control, of not having power. Had a feeling of being held down, okay? Scary, it's very scary. You can feel very vulnerable from a powerless point of view. What else? What has it felt like for you? Abuse, right? To be under someone else's control, either mentally, physically, or psychically. To be dominated, to be held down, to be constricted. Any other ways that you have felt powerless? I have felt powerless in all of those instances. I feel powerless too in the larger picture of world events, environmental events. I tend to think, what can I do? I'm only one person. And these conditions are so large, and I can be swallowed up in feelings of powerlessness. So within those times of powerlessness, I mean, you obviously lived through them because you are here. What did you do? How did you address that powerless feeling? All right, pray. So in other words, you shifted your attention from the situation to prayer, to God, correct? Is that accurate? Okay. How else did you manage that powerless feeling? Separation? Separating from the source of that power, the source of the power over you, right? Turning away, saying no, turning your back, not giving it your attention. In my times of feeling powerless, I come back to, well, what is my source of power? And I also come back to faith, turning my attention away from the dramatic events or situations before me, and remembering that I am a spiritual being and that there's a presence and there's a power beyond the temporal power that is the truth. Now, my senses want to buy into what I'm seeing and feeling and touching and smelling, right? And so that act of faith, of turning to what is true beyond my sensual input, has been a really important way to address that feeling of powerlessness for me, and to actually not go crazy, to maintain my sanity.
Sometimes if you surrender to it, it gives it less power.
And sometimes Lee said that if you surrender to it, it gives it less power. That where you put your attention tends to increase. but where you move your attention to, taking your attention away, decreases it. There's several different kinds of power that we talk about. There are many powers in our lives. We have the power of speech, we have the power of intention, the power of wisdom, the power of life, the power of health. And we have power too that is power in the outer world and power in the inner world. Power in the outer world is power over. Power over, when someone or something has power over us, we feel dominated. And that kind of power shows up as force or control. Inner power is that which is expressed from within us. It is our personal mastery of ourselves, of our thoughts, of our feelings, of our perspective, of where we put our attention and don't put our attention. It's the power of will, the power of our choice. Today's world is reflected in the news in having many images of power as force. Wars wherever they occur, in the business world, political world. These are just images of that outer power. And in that kind of power is incomplete, and it always needs to be fed energy to remain in power. It always moves against something and creates anxiety. It creates negativity, uncertainty. We feel threatened by power outside of us. And then our reaction to that is to push against it. Power over us feels diminishing, and it feels controlling. It intimidates, it lessens, and it undermines. Unfortunately, as we've expressed earlier, we all have had experiences of this kind of power. This kind of power feeds off of our fears, it feeds off of our anxiety. This kind of power is paralyzing if we let it have control. Fortunately, we have an inner source of power that is our resistance. Even though surrender can lessen the impact of power simply by turning our attention away, we also can exercise our own power by that which arises within us. True power, this inner power, arises from meaning. When we feel that our lives have meaning and purpose, that we can rally around that meaning and purpose, and it builds up, it expands our sense of power. Inner power is always associated with that which supports wholeness and the significance of life. Not what's wrong with life, but what is good with life, what is working in life. Power appeals to that part of us, that part of our human nature that we call noble, and it uplifts us and it dignifies us. This inner power doesn't move against anything. This kind of power is stillness, that we find strength, clarity, solidity in the stillness. Power is total. This inner kind of power doesn't need to feed off of anybody or anything. It is complete in itself, and it requires nothing from the outside. It makes no demands, and it has no needs other than to be activated within us. This kind of power, the power that we find within our own being, motivates us endlessly. It's a source of invisible and intangible energy. This kind of power, this inner mastery, this inner self-determination brings us joy. The faculty of power is that energy that allows us to stand firmly on our own foundations of our inner core value, our foundations of our spiritual reality. Through power, we realize and give direction to our own lives and to what's important to us. And so it's really important for us to be clear about where we do place our values, where, what motivates our lives, what do we give our time and attention to, where do we want to exercise our influence, and when do we withhold as well as act. That's part of inner power as well, to be cognizant of when restraint is necessary, rather than to go forward, rather than action. Charles Fillmore was so right when he associated this spiritual faculty of power to the word, to the throat. In doing so, he recognized power as a spiritual faculty that we all have and can have dominion over. One of the ways that we human beings express our power faculty is through the speaking of the word. And because of this, we are to be mindful of the thoughts we hold, the feelings that we have, and the words that we use in regard to one another. Words can build up, words can empower, and words can diminish. Words can devastate. And it's whether we hear them or whether we speak them. When we hear words of devastation directed towards us, it is our choice on whether we take it personally, whether we take it into our being as true or not. In order to resist the temptation to take words thrown at us that are inaccurate, that are not true, we have to be firmly foundationed in ourselves as being expressions of the presence of God in the world. We must truly rally around the real truth of who and what we are. When we throw words out towards others that are diminishing, that we have in that act the power of changing someone's life forever. Sometimes to the good and sometimes to the bad. I remember one time one of the most influential persons in my ministry was someone who criticized me, was someone who was not supportive, someone who I saw was exercising her power in her authority as a spiritual leader that I saw as being diminishing. And having had that experience, it provided me the opportunity of making a decision right then and there that if I were in a position of authority within a spiritual community, that I would do things differently. And I have. And I think it's been to, I'm going to own that. It's been to my credit to be aware of other people's feelings, to be aware of how people interact, of being aware of what is mine to do and what is not mine to do. I spoke about that last Sunday. What is mine to do and what is not mine to do? And I've realized that there are many things that I have an impulse to do in terms of fixing, and have had to exercise restraint in order to let other people find their power. And it was in situations that I had no business being in anyway. And I think that's a very significant aspect of power, of knowing where to be active and where to step back. This faculty of power and its ability maybe not ability, but in its application to be to build up or to tear down, was demonstrated last night in a group. We had movie night here. Last night we saw Little Boy. It was a wonderful movie about a power, about prejudice, about faith, about one little boy's absolute faith and his belief in his power and him exercising that power on a world stage within World War II to change or stop the war in order for his dad to come home. In our discussion afterwards, one of the people shared that as a youngster, they were bullied, and that the power of the words towards her was devastating, and yet through that experience, she determined and maintained her own kindness, that she would not succumb. She stood in her power to make a choice on how to respond to the way that she was being treated. And I think that in those kinds of situations are when we rise to our power in the most glorious ways. When in the face of contradictory experiences around us or hurtful experiences around us, that we make choices to maintain what we believe to be high ideals, what we believe to be right, and what we believe to be just. And when those around you are challenging that, it's extra hard to stand firm in our own beliefs, in our own character. And I thought that was a very insightful thing for her to share with the group, and I was very grateful. And it was just a prime example. It uplifted me, and it gave me inspiration for my own life in going forward. Spiritual power, this power that I'm speaking about this morning, emanates from spiritual consciousness. What does this mean? You know, what is our spiritual consciousness? It means that we are aware that the essence of our beingness is spiritual. Spiritual consciousness means that we are aware that the essence of our beingness is spiritual. It's not physical, it's spiritual. And that spiritual essence drives the physical expression. And what is spiritual consciousness? What are we aware of in spiritual consciousness? We are aware that we are of God. That which we believe to be God is the content of our beingness. That even though we are conscious of this, the majority of us are not truly awake to this understanding. If we were truly awake to this understanding and living this understanding, we wouldn't be here today. We wouldn't be in this room attending a service on Sunday morning to expand our spiritual awareness. We will have achieved our spiritual awareness. Understanding the content of our being and understanding the source of this content is God. As God is power, and this is our power. In understanding our power, we must be fully aware that this power is the power of spirit. This is the power of our spiritual being right now, right here, and that there is no physical power that can overcome it. There are physical powers that can overcome our physical bodies, our physical existence, but there are no physical powers that can overcome our spiritual power. And that spiritual power, the source of that spiritual power, is what we call God, or the universe, or love, or life, or whatever that understanding resonates for you of divinity. That our power comes from divinity, comes from our spiritual self. And so then nothing else has power, because that is the only true power. And that's what gives us the strength to maintain our convictions, to have confidence, to adhere to our choices, to be able to act with restraint, and to be in control of our inner world through self-mastery. We have the ability, we have the gift, we have the power to choose where we put our attention and to be powerful people, placing our attention on our spiritual truth is the source of the power that we exercise, can exercise every single day. I'd like to refer in closing just to the last line of the daily word today. I affirm my divine inheritance, my spiritual gifts, the power to live a full life is mine. And I embrace insights I've gained through experience. I've owned my mistakes I own my mistakes without shame or embarrassment. I am eager to learn. I am willing to try new things and stretch myself. In power, I thrive. Knowing our power, exercising our power is how we thrive. So I'd like to shift now to a time of meditation. So I ask you just to take a breath. There's been a lot to listen to this morning. And to allow that breath to center you as I allow it to center me, to a place within myself in which I know my power. That place within myself that is immune to all falsehood, immune to ridicule, immune to false ideas, immune to power over. Instead, I rest in my inner core of knowing that my true power is divine power, and that my awareness of divine power aligns me more and more closely with this truth, and the closer I am aligned, the more confidently I stand in my power. And so wherever that place in your body is, that place of power that you associate with the power of your being, bring your attention there. This is a place deep inside of you that knows that you know, that is confident in strength, that is foundationed in peace and knowing. And beyond knowing, the true gift, the golden key is understanding. Understanding that I am an expression of the divine. And understanding that all that I am comes from divine source. That I am created in light, love, power, and presence. That I am strong and resilient. That the power of my thoughts and words create my life. not only the words I say to others, that I speak in the world, but more importantly, the words that I speak to myself. In my heart of hearts, in my time of frustration, in my time of pain, in my time of confusion and fear, what are the words I speak to myself? These are the creators of my experience. I empower myself, I empower my life by speaking words of affirmation and truth in all circumstances, in all frames of mind. And so right now, for a few moments in the silence, go to that place in your body where you feel your power, the power of your being to be centered. To see it, to feel it, to engage with it, and to grow it. To make it bigger. To expand it, to include all of your being. Feel its presence and feel its growth. The choice is mine. Through my divine gift of power, I take command. I assume mastery of my thoughts. And in assuming mastery over my thoughts, I change and expand my life. And so it is. Amen.
There's come a day, it's been so long, I stand right up, I am so strong, filled with the light, open wide. Every cell in me is now unified. I raise my hands and I lift my eyes and I shout to the world, I am alive, and I dwell in the now, and I flow like the wind. I'm solid on the earth, just like I never have been. I build a life of beauty, I fill it up with love, and I manifest all I desire, whatever I dream of. I have all that I need to be, the everything I am. The love of God, it flows through me, pouring through my hands, and the balance is true. Yes, the balance is true. There's come a day, it's been so long, I stand right up, I am so strong, and I'm filled with that light, I'm open wide, every cell in me is now unified. And I raise my hands, and I lift my eyes, and I shout to the world that I am alive, and I dwell in the now, and I flow like the wind, and I'm so solid on the earth, just like I never have been. Yes, I build my life for beauty, I fill it up with love, I manifest all I desire, whatever I dream of. I have all that I need to be, this everything I am. The love of God just flows through me, pouring through my hands. The balance is true. Well, now the balance is true. The balance is true. Yes, the balance is true.
Thank you, Mark.
You're welcome. Not sure if I sang out of turn.
You're just fine.
Okay.
I began my talk by saying that, you know, not one of us realizes the powerful beings that we are. We tend to underscore our power. The power within our own lives, the creative power that we have to create our experience, and the power that we have in other people's lives by what we say and do and how we behave. I don't think that this is something that we can, realizing our power, that can be done in one fell swoop, one service, one experience. I think it's something that we have to grow into over time, and to try out and to be aware of, and to exercise power in ways, and it's by trial and error. Edison discovered the light bulb, and it took him, 400 and some times of failed experiences before he had a successful one. And so it is with us. As we remember who we are, it comes incrementally. And as we have successes, remembering who we are and see the benefits and the inflow of grace as a result of living out from the core of who we are, then it becomes stronger and stronger and stronger over time. And then we begin to realize just how powerful we are. And in that realization, our humility grows as well. Not our arrogance, surprisingly, but our humility. And so I encourage you to look for opportunities within yourself to make choices to exercise your personal power and not to succumb to outer power that would break you down or challenge your integrity. Well, now we come to the time in our service when we share our love offerings. And the blessing is right behind me on the screen. And I ask you to take your offerings in hand, and for you on Zoom, just to hold the energy with us here in the sanctuary of our prosperity, of our abundance and expansion, expansion of our community, expansion of our resources and influence. And if you say with me our offertory blessing, divine love flowing as me blesses and multiplies all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I am. And Guy will come around and pick up the love offerings. And so for those of you not here in the sanctuary, you can send your love offerings via Givelify on our website or through the mail. You can also drop them off at the church. Our office hours are on Wednesday, or put it in the mailbox. All of those are great ways to participate in our community and to exercise our responsibilities as community. And so once again, we rub our hands together to get the energy up, and as Guy is holding our love offerings in hand, we extend that energy towards these offerings. And again, I affirm that there is one presence and one power active in the universe, in our lives, as our lives, in and through this spiritual community, this church. This one presence and power is absolute good. The will of absolute good is more good. And so we accept this good with an open heart and a grateful disposition. That we recognize our power in this moment and expand it and use this power responsibly and for good in lifting up ourselves as well as lifting up others. We commit to using these resources responsibly, good stewardship, to fulfill our responsibilities and to share with the larger community in faith and in joy. And so it is. Amen. Well, that's our service for today. Thank you for joining us. And we meet in the middle here. We'll join up in a circle for our closing song, which will be projected up on the screen, our peace song. And then I invite everyone here to go downstairs from the potluck last night. We have lots of goodies that are left, very, very yummy things. So join in not only in the food, but the conversation and the camaraderie. All right, so go ahead, Mark.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. And let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joy's vow. To take each moment, live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
And we'll say together our closing prayer. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love that is God. The power of God protects us. I am the power that is God. The presence of God watches over us. I am in the presence that is God. Where I am, God is, and all is you. And all is well. All right. Well, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day. And for you on Zoom. See you next week and enjoy your day too. We're going to have some rainy weather and sunny weather.
Yeah.
So it's a mixed bag, very typical for the Northwest. Still winter. All right. Blessings.